Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is go time. My name is Todd Grisham, and here with me, my broadcast colleague, it's Johnny Nelson.
Todd, always a pleasure to work with you. Always a pleasure.
It's time for our tale of the tape. Muhammad Ali weighed in at 210 pounds, and he stands 191 centimeters tall. And he'll be taking on Smokin' Joe Frazier, only 6 feet tall even, 229 pounds, but he hits harder than any man alive.
An amazing reach advantage that fighters do not expect to see in this kind of fighter. The jab is unassumingly long and sharp and fast, and that will really put you off your stride.
Muhammad Ali, here comes the brand new world heavyweight champion, just of course famously knocked out Sonny Liston. He's 20-0 with 16 KOs. Smokin' Joe Frazier. His 3 battles with Muhammad Ali, perhaps the most famous the sport has ever seen.
Oh, pure bad blood.
The fighters are ready to go. Let's hear the official introductions. We turn it over to the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 15 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, introducing in this corner, undefeated in his campaign with a record of 20 wins, no losses, 16 wins coming by way of knockout. The renowned U.S. Olympic gold medalist and the newly crowned heavyweight champion of the world, the Louisville Lip, Muhammad Ali. Fighting out of the blue corner, the Olympic gold medalist from Beaufort, South Carolina, the Hall of Famer from the golden era of heavyweight, a heavyweight champion of the world, Smokin' Joe Frazier.
So much hype surrounding this big matchup. Can't wait to see what goes down when the opening bell rings.
Todd, all I can say, heaven on earth. Heaven on earth.
So a capacity crowd here for this one. We've been waiting a long time for this matchup. Here we go. Frazier's been in so many hellacious battles over the years. The trilogy with Muhammad Ali, his fights against George Foreman, a true legend. No rest for the weary. Incredible firepower from both of these heavyweights. Nice stop, but that won't score. Typical outside fighter, as you know, focuses on defense, stick and move, stick and move.
This is what makes outside fighters so good. Their footwork is second to none. It's as fast as their hands.
The jab can't find a home. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Jab was blocked. This fighter has that swarmer's mentality, taking away an opponent's reach, getting on the inside, and just banging and banging and banging.
You got a swarmer on your case, you know you got to fight. You got to hold him, you got to tie him up. You got to lean on him when they come in until the referee makes you break up. But keep your hands high, because they will keep punching until that referee said stop.
To be kept. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important. You cannot afford to lose it.
What do we expect to see here in round 2? Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Straight right just misses. Swing and a miss with that hook. Tried to score with a jab. Frazier's such a good inside fighter.
You've got to use what you've got. I've got a long reach. I use it all the time. Use the speed. Go straight and make them walk into a shot.
Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
It's all offense all the time. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. One punch could change everything in this battle. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what, next round, you're getting it. You're going to get it. Kitchen sink.
There's the bell to start round 3. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. The positives and negatives in the heavyweight division are the same. You can win the fight with one punch, and you can lose the fight in one punch. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. One moment changes everything, especially in this division. You don't want to trade shots. A perfect counter shot. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
This is the heavyweight division. One punch could end this fight.
It could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. It just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
That hook was off target. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. We're entering desperation mode here. Going to need a knockout.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
On to the fourth we go. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
That jab gets blocked. Nice counter shot. Nice counter. Not a lot of defense here at all. Whoa, wait a minute. Can you imagine if he knocks out Joe Frazier? Never count out smoking Joe Frazier.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is... Whoa, wait a minute! Is this the beginning of the end for Muhammad Ali? And it appears they weathered the storm. How, I'm not sure.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Jab misses. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as a fighter, and the tournament's got to put a fight.
On to the fifth we go. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? No rest for the weary. Generally speaking, you don't watch heavyweights to see a boxing match. You want to see a fist fight.
Sometimes when you get nervous, someone that's so powerful, you've got to think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagan and pickpocket him.
And he scores with the counter. You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I gotta respect both of them. More than happy.
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Love the variety. That hook just can't find the target. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Could not have come soon enough for this guy.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what, next round, you're getting it. You're going to get it. Kitchen sink.
There's the bell to start round 6. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
We're both looking for the knockouts here, and that's what we expect from heavyweights.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? You wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of a shot from that heavyweight. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Well, Johnny, you know there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive. How does he exploit that?
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because If you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him. Frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he close you down.
What heart! Did you see that? Who would have thought Ali would get rattled like this? What would you tell this guy if he's got to do something different?
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, bro, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
And there's the bell for round 7. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. The greatest has been dazed. Muhammad Ali in trouble. No rest for the weary. Thought about taking a breath, but instead, they're in there throwing bombs again.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Tough to be a judge in this fight, as both fighters have had their big moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
They exchange punches. He threw the hook, didn't land. It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. Straight right just misses. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. The old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come down to who's in better shape.
There's a lot on the line here.
And they're back at it again here in round 8. How much do they have left in the tank after that last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
One punch could end this fight for either of these two heavyweights.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Oh, wait a minute! Muhammad Ali in trouble, but surely he'll find a way out. Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
For those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
A lot of effort being exerted here. There's a counter shot. The stamina is off the charts. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Back and forth they go. You know the scorecards are going. Oh, wait a minute! Who would have thought Ali? Muhammad Ali!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You still want to fight?
starting to get tired as we start round 9. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
He threw a punch and just got countered. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain.
Failing to score with that right hook. Incredible work rate. A perfect counter lands. Beautiful counter punch. Hold that thought. Is this the beginning of the end for Muhammad Ali? And now they're right back into the fray. Defense
is everything because they...
Oh my goodness, Johnny! The greatest has been dazed. Muhammad Ali. Shot and down.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Give me your boy.
Huge momentum swing that's going to be, considering that round will be 10-8 after the knockdown.
I love the response, though. Got back up, took a deep breath and thought, right.
This is the 10th. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter. Did you see that? Is this the beginning of the end for this legend? Frazier finally answering back.
Being dazed now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
The straight right just misses. If there's anyone that can get out of trouble, it's Muhammad Ali. I don't believe what we're seeing here.
Step back, compose yourself, compose the pace, then move, then step it up a little bit. Because if you're getting caught like that beginning, you get caught a lot more at the end.
A real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Perfectly matched, skillful.
Whoa, Johnny, take a look at this action. Muhammad Ali in trouble, but surely he'll find a way out. How did they survive that?
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. We'll see how much endurance these two fighters have. There's the bell to start round 11. They let it all hang out in the last round. What do they got left?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Counter punch. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Nice slip to avoid the jab. catch and shoot. Both men step back for just a moment. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those popped areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skin them, go for speed.
And they figure out the combination to this save.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
The jab doesn't quite connect. The stamina is off the charts. Those counter punches have to hurt. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Frazier.
1, 2, 3, 4, and you're okay.
Next round is going to be crucial considering the knockdown we just witnessed.
Can make or break a fighter.
Who thought we would have made it to 12? Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
The straight right just misses. He parries away that left hook. One punch changes everything in this division. It's the heavyweights.
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tail. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
I want to think of holding on here for a minute. Nice counter shot. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Got these two fighters gassing out as this fight goes on.
This is when you talk about championship material.
We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. How much is left in their tank after last round?
What were they doing that round? Are they trying to get an early night? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
Neither fighter willing to slow down. The straight right just misses. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Misses with the right uppercut. Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. How about that time counter shot? The straight right just misses. As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
That counter shot lands. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Cardio was put in for this fight. It may come down to that.
You cannot gas out if you prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did everything right for this fight. You have no excuse for gassing out.
And there's the bell to start the round. That 1 minute break surely wasn't enough for him to completely recover.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
The only fear you have with this heavyweight is has he punched himself out? Punch, counter punch. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Punch caught him clean. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Holding nothing back here in the round. Missing with the hook. Just missed with that hook. Well done with that. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Stamina is always an issue in a prize fight.
There's a lot on the line here.
So here we are, the final round of the fight. Not sure these two fighters can keep up the pace we saw last round, but you know they're going to try.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
They hit like heavyweights, but they move like middleweights. Truly elite level stuff here.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Beautiful counter shot. Can't land the jab there. Big whiff with the right hook. He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. Frazier, about that impact. Let's see that again in slow motion.
I need to see that again.
Can't believe they managed to beat the count, but that could be the last hurrah.
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
Final 10 seconds here in the... Frazier! Wow, let's take another that.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
So time to go celebrate after a knockout win here.
What a shot. What a shot. You see shots like that in the gym. At least for once, this is on TV. Thousands around the world saw that shot. They probably even heard it.
プレイステーション